Yes, I get it. You think this title is proper clickbait and you may want to click off. But it's true. Going viral can kill your business. Matter of fact, that's exactly what happened to me. And it was really close happening to one of my students too. So in today's video, I want to tell you why views are nowhere near as important as you think, why they can even kill your business, and most importantly, what kind of metrics you should be tracking to get past the 10K month at the very least. I get it. Views are important. We live in this attention economy, and the more views we get, the more we get paid. How on earth are we ever going to run an online business if nobody sees our content? Just look at Mr. Beast. I think he averages like 200 million views per video, and now he's considered a billionaire. Or the Kardashian clan, who can charge up to $1 million per post because they've been in the public eye for generations and have got billions of views in the process. Or even the new kids on the block, like, what's his name? Speed or Kai Cenat, who are also multimillionaires, and they're like in their early 20s. But do the same rules apply to you and I? If you're running an online business, then make sure to check my free 30 tips on how to scale your business past the 25K per month mark. They're literally completely free. They'll be sent to your email, and I'll make sure to leave a link in the description. If you're in the education space, the rules for me and you are very different. Matter of fact, the number of views matter a lot less than the actual viewer. And it might not make much sense now, but if you just watch the video until the very end, you may end up completely changing your whole content strategy. When I was coaching people on how to start selling on Amazon back in 2023, I thought the more views I get on my content, the more sales I'll end up making. So I decided to change up my strategy completely. Instead of just speaking about really specific subjects like product research and speaking to suppliers and creating your very first Amazon listing, I decided to go very broad and started speaking about different side hustles. You know, things that people can do whilst they're stuck at home and want to make some money on the side. The idea was, well, actually quite simple. I'll speak about more side hustles, get a much larger audience, and then educate them about Amazon. And then once they understand what Amazon is about, I'll just guide them towards my videos and the mentorship that I've got for sale. The first part of the plan worked extremely well because I was getting under 100 views per video on TikTok and about 500 views per video on YouTube. But once I changed my content, my views literally went mental. So much so that literally every single video was getting like 500K views on TikTok. It was so crazy that I even managed to gain over 100K followers in a week. And people even started stopping me on the street, which was a very odd experience. Even the long form videos on YouTube started picking up. Because before I was getting lucky if I ever got a video over 1,000 views. And now quite a lot of them actually started getting over 10,000 views. Nothing really happened on my Instagram because that was hacked for about a year. But that's a story for another day. Now, with all of these views that I was getting on TikTok and YouTube, the question is, what happened to my business? All of this attention, surely that meant more sales, right? Nope. Matter of fact, my sales completely fell off a cliff by more than 50%. Just before I started the strategy, I was comfortably making around 30K per month. Then the very next month, that figure dropped down by under 15K. And I'll be honest, I was actually really confused. Like, what the hell is happening? The views are up. The watch time is up, even the traffic to my website was up, but my sales were down. Then I started looking at the statistics and the comments and realized the problem. It was my audience. The people that started to watch my videos were never going to buy my mentorship because, well, they couldn't. They were not even 18 years old. And most of the comments I was getting were, I only got $50 to my name. What's the best side hustle for me to start? What's the best side hustle for a 15-year-old? Or does the drop shipping work for a 14-year-old? Not exactly who I wanted to target with my audience. So I decided to just switch it back and go back to my usual Amazon FBA content because, well, that's what was working. And my views actually went worse than they were before, and it took me like 6 months to get them back to normal. See, this newfound audience no longer was interested in my Amazon FBA content. And because they were not interested and kept on swiping off or just clicking away, they sent a ton of shit signals to the algorithm. And all of a sudden, all of these social media platforms decided not to push my content at all. So if you're getting terrible views on your content right now, the first thing that I would actually advise is just to look at your market. What are the views of your top competitors? What are they getting? If they're under, or like say 100K per video, then maybe your market just isn't that big. But if they're getting millions of views and you're still stuck, then don't make the mistake that I was making and start changing the topics that you cover. Instead, just look at ways to make your content better and just much more engaging. But remember this, always, always, always speak to the same person and don't start changing your audience because it will just mess up your algorithm and do so much more harm than actual good. So then the question is, us as online business owners, what do we track? How do we measure what's working and what isn't? Well, first of all, let's get the obvious one out the way. The number in your bank account. Yeah, I guess, is pretty important. The next metric that you should consider is how many email signups are you getting? Email marketing is one of the most important assets your online business is ever going to have. And when you launch your offer, that's how you let your audience know about it. And last but not least, start using softwares to track which video gets the most amount of website visits, email signups, and just book calls in general. All of the best educators out there are doing it because it tells them exactly what content is getting them the best results. Because guess what? Sometimes a video that has 500 views can get a lot more emails and booked calls than a video that has 5,000 views. It all depends on the style, the topic, and what you actually say in the video. And the only way to find that out is by using tracking software like RevTrack. If you don't believe me, just go to your favorite big educator. Look into their links in the description and you will see a line of code after the usual link. And that's because they just want to see which video is working and which ones don't. Now, if you want more useful info like this, then make sure to check out my 30 online business tips in 30 days. And I'll see you in the next video.